Hello again, it's Lisa back with a little chit chat. Today I want to talk to you about what an aligned business looks like. Now, not everybody is made to run their own business. I didn't even think I was made to run my own business because I spent 33 years in the financial services world. I wanted to be a therapist. My mother said, get a job or get out of the house. I should have gotten out of the house at that point, but I didn't. So I got a job as a receptionist in a financial services firm and stayed in that field for 33 very long years. Um, but back in 2000, when was it? 2008, 2009, I started getting the guidance that I could do spirit guide readings. And in fact, my guides woke me up one morning and said, go downstairs, get online in this particular forum that I was in, offer to do a written reading for everyone who says yes. Like, put the offer out there, whoever says yes, do one. And I think I did, I'm not kidding, like 60 mini readings. So that was like trial by fire. And I got a good response on it. And so I decided to just set up my own little shop in like 2009, I think, online, where I was under practicallyintuitive.com, which I love that name. I still own the domain, you can't have it. And I built my business not knowing anything about how to do online business. And this was back in the day when Facebook was still somewhat sort of new. I mean, like, 10 years ago, still somewhat sort of new. And you could get a lot more traction. So I love writing. I love writing letters. So I just built a list and I just did whatever I was guided and felt like doing. And I built actually a pretty really nice business. And so the interesting thing, though, I want to talk about is what is an aligned business? So, an aligned business is something that comes from you, right? It is your creative endeavor, and how you choose to do it really could be aligned with your soul purpose. It could be, it really could be that. It really could be a space for you to fully express who you are and what you do and how you help. Where I find a lot of people get lost, and I got lost there too, was listening to those that we pay more money to and know better than us, so we think. So my business was doing perfectly fine until I hired two coaches, one in succession to the other. A lot of money um, for them to tell me things that really didn't fit. I think that I have another video where I talk about teachers who guide you down a road. And I have no doubt that both of these women truly feel like they were helpful. And they may be for a lot of people. It wasn't so for me. But that that they knew how to do this. Here are the 18 things that you need to do. And you needed this and this and this and this. And some of it is best practices, yeah. But anyone that tries to shape you in their mold is doing you a disservice. Now, there's a couple things. I knew what I was doing on some weird level because I was succeeding. I was creating income. I had a business I loved. And so I thought, well, okay, let's take that to the next level. So I hired these women who said, no, do it all this way. I mean, I remember badgering some poor lady. I'm so sorry if you ever see this. My heartfelt apologies. Um, Into working with me because that's how they said you were supposed to do it. You're supposed to give them a time frame, and you were supposed to like follow up with them, and you're supposed to like talk them into it, and blah, 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 here's your objections. And I hated it. Oh my God, I hated it. And I remember this very nice lady paid me like I think the first part of the fee for our working together, and then she never showed up and she never talked to me again, and she just like ran and hid. And I tried connecting with her, and it really like it it hurt me on some level because I don't want to do that to people. I don't want that done to me. I don't ever want to do that to people. And I resolved at that point I would never, ever, ever do my business that way again. I don't care who told me. I was not doing my business that way because it felt awful and inauthentic, but that's what we have all been taught as the way to do it. And the bro marketing, blah. Um, and so when I look back, I think, the time that I did really well was when I just listened to myself. That may not be true for everybody, but here's let me condense this because I could talk about this for 500 days. When you start, you have an idea. Okay, you have like, this is a thing I would love to do. I would love to do healing with people. I would love to have client sessions or whatever that is. Okay, so then you think about, how do I want to put that out into the world? How do I want to express that in the world? Like, do I want to work one on one? Do I want to work in groups? Do I want to do webinars? Do I not? Do I want to do video? Do I not? Okay, so you think about that. And then you try to think about what would benefit both me and my client, right? Everybody kind of tries to think of the client, and I appreciate that because that's important. But it's also important that you love what you're doing or you're just going to stop doing it. So think about what is the most benefit. If one on one sessions really exhaust you and you love doing online classes or courses, do more of that, right? And there's no one way to do anything. The important thing is for you to find your way, your way. Now, the other stuff, the marketing stuff, yeah, there are some, again, best practices, but you work it the way you want to work it. I see people all the time. Should I be on all the social media platforms? No, be on the ones you like. Don't be on the ones you don't like. So if you're going to work with someone to help guide you in your business, look for someone who really wants you to create a business that works for you so that you're not in a place where you are badgering people for their money, or you are creating content you hate because they said to do that. I pigeonholed someone because I believed at the time that it was a great idea. Back when I was working with coaches, back in the day, I wanted one of my clients to do webinars or a phone. It was like a phone. This was before Zoom and yada. Um, and so I talked her into doing a class online on the phone. Her affect, her presentation, like, it was kind of flat. It wasn't her. This was not her thing. Like, I could hear it and I thought, why did I make her do that? You know what she was brilliant at? Whipping up great content in 2 seconds and making it look beautiful. That's what she could do. That's what she loved to do. And I remember thinking, why am I forcing her to do this thing when that's not her thing? It's not her thing. This is her thing. Help her find ways to bring that more into the world, because that was something that brought her joy and she was happy and she was good at it. So I think when you work with someone, and I'm older and wiser now, and I feel like when someone comes to me to work on their business, it's so important to me to find out, what do you like? What do you want to do? How do you want to present it? What things do you not want to do? What do you hate? Do you hate writing emails to people? Okay, great. Then don't write emails to people, even though everyone and their brother says create an email list. Should you have a list of people that you can sell things to and talk to? Sure. And there are other ways to do it. There are like a bazillion other ways to get that out there to a group of people who are interested in hearing what you have to say. So, an aligned business is a business that really looks at you holistically and says, what do you want to do? How do you want to put it out in the world? What brings you joy? Okay, let's see how we can work with this so that it creates an income for you, because we'd all do this work for free. I sure would if we didn't have bills to pay. Most of my bills are from creating the business, so don't even get me started on that. But I feel like that gets left out of the equation with a lot of light workers. Oh, I want to help everybody. Yeah, you do. That's why you're doing that. And put your own face mask on first. Put your own mask on first. right? So that you can take care of you. Because when you come from a depleted place or a desperate place, that comes through your work, especially if you're doing energy work. If there's a hint of desperation, your people will pick that up. You don't want that. So come from a place where you are taking care of yourself and you're taking care of your clients and you're creating a business that you love, that is truly you and can grow with you as you grow. I kind of go through these in and out spurts where, like, for months and months and months, I'll do work with people on their business, and then I'll stop that. I don't know why the energy just shifts. And then I go and do oracle work and I work on that piece with people and I work on trusting and intuition and whatever. So, your work is going to flow with you as you change and as you grow. You might find out you don't feel like creating courses anymore. Okay, great. What else can you do? And that's the thing. Like, that's why I love being in partnership with my clients, because that's the thing, is like, what are you good at? What do you love? And what can we do with this? What is a cool thing to do with this? This man back here is amazing at that. Amazing. He's created healing protocols for people, two different people. He created their own healing protocols. And I said to them, really, like, how many people can say, Prince created my healing protocol for me with my clients? But he did. He is a master at those things. And so often when I do work with my clients in their business, he rolls on in and he advises me in my own business. He kicked my ass about these 3 videos because I said I wanted to be out in the world doing my work. I wanted to, like, be visible. And he yipped at me and said, yeah, you ain't doing that. And I was like, yeah, you're right, I'm not. So he's excellent at doing that. And as he comes through me, it's all about your potential and what's available to you and the best you can be. I've often talked about his bandmates used to call him a positive nuisance, because by the time you finish working with him, he's going to drive you crazy and you would be the best you could be, just because he asked that of you. I've mentioned before that he helps raise your standard. And that's the beauty of working with him. Yeah. So that's what an aligned business is. You love it, clients love it, it brings you money, and you're happy doing it. That's the most important piece. I'll be sprinkling business stuff in here just because I like to talk about it and I have a lot of knowledge and experience on it. So if you have any questions that you'd like me to answer, just put them in the comment section below and I will be very happy to answer them. The way people are doing business has really changed, especially I'd say over the last 3 or 4 years. And beyond that, I think the coronavirus has really giving people a different way to look at things and what's possible for them. And so I think we're going to see what entrepreneurship looks like in the new space whenever we create that, right? Because we're all going to create it together. Okay, have a good day. I will talk to you next time. Bye.